So another day, another update. So it's day 11, and as I mentioned that we will be, so we were learning JS, JavaScript, and let me show you what we've learned so far. So you can see this is the HTML document, and the code for it looks like this. So there's nothing really in it. There's just this hello heading 1. So the main heading of the website, of the page, and you can see it here. And besides that, these are just defining that the document is HTML. And yeah, and also on line 6 we have this JavaScript added to the page. So something that we've been learning yesterday is that there are a few different kinds of programming. Well, we knew that there are different programming languages, but we discussed how programming languages compare in difficulty, what they do. So we were told that JavaScript is by far well, basically the only useful language when it comes to front-end web development, and different languages have different uses, but that's the main use for this. So let me show you what we did with JS and how the code looks. So I'll switch the file, and this is the JavaScript file, which is attached to the HTML document. So we learned that there are different kinds of variables. So there's this var variable, which we were actually told not to use because it can mess up quite a bit of things. So apparently this var variable, if we have a variable with the same name, and then we write it again. So for example, there was one JavaScript file, and then we ran ours, then we can override the variable and mess up the calculation or the computation of the file. So recently, well, fairly recently, new kind of variables have been introduced to JavaScript. So there's let and const variables. So basically, the difference is that they work in a block. So here's a block between the brackets, and this let variable only is valid in this block versus across the whole document. So and also interesting thing about this is that while HTML we see on the page, most of the JavaScript file is actually printed in console, which can be found through more tools and developer tools. So in developer tools, here you can see the website code usually. That's where most of us check the source code. And in console, you can see the things that JavaScript prints. So here we defined some variables. I'll delete this because we don't need it. We defined some variables, added numbers to it, added text to another variable. So variables can be either numbers or strings, or they can be objects. But I was told that we will cover objects a little later, so I guess we'll see more about that later. So far we only tried doing something with numbers and strings. Yeah, so this console.log, it prints in the console. So we asked for it to print, in here we told it to print the number. At first we told it to print hello world, so that's what we can see here. Then we asked for it to print a number, so number is here. Then another number which is within here, so that's where that is. And then we asked to do some math, so we added one number, another number, and then write text as well. So it separated it with quotation marks. And cool thing that JavaScript can do that HTML can be actually changed with JavaScript. So I'll demonstrate that, but basically we can make JavaScript see the file that it's attached to, the HTML file, and then make changes to the file that is displayed. So let me show you how that looks. So here I have it commented, so you can see hello on the HTML. And if I remove the comment and save, then you see that the text changed to red color, and the size changed, and the actual text changed. So the way it is done is that it finds, so we define that variable in the document. So it selects the h1 property, which had a class of this BU, just a random name for it. And then we tell it that first we asked it to print, just to see. So this is how that variable looks like. And then we made changes to it and asked for it to, well, we made changes to the variable. So the variable was that h1 had its own definition, and then all of a sudden we changed it to that. So yeah, the first lesson on JS was quite a bit of theory, just figuring out what it is, how it works, some of the things with the variables, defining them, and just very little test on how to see something that JS can do. So we're gonna go deeper into that, so should get more and more exciting along the way. So looking forward to that, and I'll keep updating.